Hey guys, what's up? This is Rudy Ferris. Uh, so basically, I was talking with the mic off. Again, as a quick recap, my name is Rudy Ferris. I am an equity trader and portfolio manager, and I work with CryptoTicker in basically crypto market research. And on today's live stream, I'm going to basically talk about what's happening in the crypto market. We also have a raffle that we're gonna do. We're gonna basically give away 1 month free premium access for our people who basically write their names here in the comment section. It's basically where this premium group basically offers trade setups. Also, we give out trading support, and we walk through all the crypto questions that anyone has. And basically, I'm going to talk today about what's happening in the crypto market, especially that most people think that the crypto market is down, right? And mainstream media basically showed Bitcoin's price at $60,000. And then today, prices are around $30,000. So everyone thinks that cryptocurrencies are no more. Although still $30,000 is an interesting and a very high price for something that is still out there on the market. But we must understand how to proceed with our trading. It's not like we're just gonna trade and we're just gonna buy at current prices, because you can buy at 33 today and tomorrow prices might tank all the way to 25, for example, or 22 even. So let's look out at the crypto market. It's basically kind of up, but for me, it's nothing very interesting. 1%, 2% is something very normal, and it's basically a consolidation for cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin, we can see that it's up by 2%. Ethereum is basically Ether is still at the same price in the last 24 hours. If we look at the top 20, even there's nothing interesting happening much. Maybe Monero was up by 6%, but still in the past 7 days, it's still at the same price. And this is why when I talk about a consolidation, we must understand that when we have consolidation, basically prices tend to fluctuate around an average price. So basically, traders and active traders are the most gainers in this sense. Of course, if you are a good trader and you basically trade support and resistance, and I'm going to show that on today's technical analysis. We have EOS up by 10% in the past 24 hours. Luna is up by 30%. But basically, those are the numbers. There's nothing much interesting, but basically in the past 7 days, we can see that some cryptocurrencies are still losing in value. Now, what happened specifically, you can know every time you look at Dogecoin, you can know if Elon Musk is talking about it or not. And recently, Elon Musk did talk about Dogecoin, saying that it has a better protocol than Bitcoin and Ether and Ethereum. I'm talking about the blockchain. But still, prices are tanking. So everyone who bought around 70 cents currently lost more than half. And basically, I talked about that in my previous live streams, that investing in Doge is not something very advisable, because there's no value or usage yet for that. It started as a tipping mechanism in online forums, but still, I don't think there's anything behind it except Elon Musk just bumping its prices. So since everything is basically down in the past 7 days, let's go basically to our charting and look at how we can understand what's happening specifically. I'm going to start as usual with Bitcoin. Let's open up the charts. Now, as usual, I'm going to always start on a new chart, so we can basically show how to chart as well. And using someone else's chart is not very significant. We should always do our own analysis and our own charting. Okay, so since Ether's chart popped up first, I can basically start with Ether. And I'm gonna start again like I do every time. Basically, Ether was on an uptrend, and then the prices lost their momentum, and they fell below the uptrend line. And basically, I had an interesting question a while ago, saying that why would prices mean that they lost their momentum if they fall below a certain line? So for technical traders, you are basically looking at lines, but behind those lines, certain algorithms are basically happening in the background. So this shows like a break in a certain average uptrend and average momentum. And basically this shows perfectly how prices managed to fall below this average uptrend line, and they tried to pick up, but this is where they failed. So a previous support becomes a resistance at a later stage, and this is exactly what happens for Ether. I'm gonna plot also a support level, which is the very significant 1.8 for Ether. And basically, this shows how prices managed to consolidate in previously around Feb, around March, and then they dipped all the way to this point before, but then they managed to gain back up. And today we have the same thing happening right here. Now we need to be very careful with fake outs, and that's why we always tend to go back and have a macro view of our prices, because fake outs happen very briefly and then they manage to come back up. If you are trading on a smaller scale, smaller time frame, you might think that prices are going to sink further, but looking at the daily chart, it like basically shows you how prices managed to go back up. And this is where I can see how prices managed to dip below this line right here and right here. Now, what might this mean for technical traders? Now, if I want to look at a very small time frame, I would definitely try to analyze using my Fibonacci retracement. So I go from the low all the way to the high, and basically this is a perfect retracement for prices. So technical traders, what they do is basically they look at this area right here and right here, and they directly short the asset. So basically when they shorted right here or even right here, and they are leveraged, and they place a target of 38.2% right here, this is a perfect trade setup for those day traders. Same thing right here. They directly short again and place a stop loss right here and a take profit of around here. And another take profit of around here, 50%. Now that prices didn't go back up, they are basically expected to fall even lower. So I'm gonna show that specifically where. Basically, since prices are didn't manage to go back up, they are expected to fall all the way to the 61.8%, which is right here. But again, this is not a very significant trade setup. And I would say that it's better to wait for confirmations. because placing a trade right here is not very significant, and the 2.1k price area for Ether, I would say it's better to wait, definitely. Especially that prices broke out of their uptrend, their small uptrend right here. So let's consider this Fibonacci retracement. The average up is this line here, the dotted one. And prices were going steadily up, but then they managed to reach a stop at around 2.4. That's another small stop right here. So prices now are consolidating between 1.8 and 2.4. Currently, we are kind of in the middle. So I would definitely wait and not place any order right here, because prices can sink further lower, or they can go back up from this point forward. So to sum up for Ether, I wouldn't advise to enter a short-term trade. It's a bit of an unknown unless you like to gamble, but I never advise to do so, because there are other ways to gamble. It's more fun than sitting at a computer and then losing money in a very useless way. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Now for Bitcoin. Let's first zoom out, because this is meaningless. Then adjust the chart. Okay, right now I can see basically an uptrend that was reversed. And I can see a short-term bear market for Bitcoin. And I'm going to show that specifically where it happens. Right here. And you might say that prices managed to go higher than this short-term bear market. But this is basically known as a fake out, where prices fake, like as the word says. They show that there is a potential momentum, but then they reverse directly back into the same uptrend channel. And this is very known in the trading world. You might have placed a stop loss around here, and you might have maybe losing trades. And that's why that you will never face like someone who has 100% success rate when trading. Everyone has losing trades. This is part of the game, and never believe anyone who says that he's always winning when he trades. Trading is a journey. Okay, you have losing trades and you have winning trades. But the important thing is to know where to stop your losing trades and when to extend your winning ones. And always look back on your previous trades to know what went wrong. So for Bitcoin, basically, we are starting to gather some momentum right around here, the $33,000. And basically, if I want to zoom in a bit and open my 4-hour chart, I would definitely see how prices are following the specific pattern that I just drew. Of course, we have occasional fake outs every now and then. And of course, and that's why basically when you trade, you have to always have a kind of a buffer. So like, for example, for this one, if you placed a stop loss of around $29,000, you definitely got stopped out around here. But basically, most traders, what they do is definitely they buy back around this price, because they know that based on this chart, prices, when they do this behavior right here, this is not very adequate and representing on the whole picture. And this is where the money is made, by the way. Every time you have this low on a day, direct traders tend to push it back up in order to stay in this basically downtrend. So basically fake outs do occur, but most of the times, if you stick to your technical analysis, you will definitely be in the money. For example, right here, that was a perfect trade setup. Right around here also. Right around here also. And whenever you are right here, you will definitely close your trade because this is an overbought area and definitely prices are going to reverse back to your downtrend. So if I want to say what to do right now with Bitcoin, it's also kind of dangerous to buy right now. And of course, I'm talking about the short-term trade setups. I'm not talking about long-term. You might say, hey, I want to buy right now and I don't want to look at it anymore. You want to place a stop loss of around $25,000 and just sleep on it without looking at the charts daily. So this is what you can do. But currently for Bitcoin, I wouldn't advise to enter a trade because prices are expected to fall even lower and adjust even lower. But hey, if prices continue back up, you might place another entry level at around 35 just for confirmation. So you might place an entry price around here, or you might wait and place an entry price around here with a stop of around $28,000. But for now, specifically, this is not a very good entry price for Bitcoin. And I'm going to prove that. I'm going to draw my Fibonacci retracement just to make sure what's happening. And specifically, I can see that when prices hit my resistance area, they directly fell to the 50% level every time. So this is basically a classic downtrend, and buying in this trade setup is not advisable. Now, this is what sets professional traders from just people who get influenced from the market. There are many crypto influencers nowadays that just spew like very fake news, and they just hype the market. And you might see sudden price actions that are very weird. But basically what those guys do is they have sponsorships and dealerships with other exchanges, and they profit from those price actions. So that's for Bitcoin. Again, I wouldn't advise to enter right here. This is kind of a risky entry point. You might want to short though, but still, I would prefer to short closer to my downtrend, my resistance, the one here, and take a profit of around here. And my stop loss would definitely be around $35,000. Okay, this is for Bitcoin. Let's move on to which one can we do? Let's do Ripple, because there are many Ripple investors. And basically, it is such a shame. Like, many people don't like Ripple because it is a decentralized but centralized cryptocurrency. There's a company behind it. There's a CEO for this project that pushes this project forward, and he does all the dealerships and sponsorships with other companies in order to push it. Honestly, I do like Ripple and XRP. And I am one of those guys who always says that this project will come back. It is still very far off from its previous all-time high, which is $3. And if I go ahead and look at my 1 week or even 1 month, let me go to my 1 month chart and auto adjust. So basically, we are right around here for Ripple, and the prices of 20 cents and 30 cents are far off. I don't think we might reach that point unless there is another crypto crash. But still, I think that we might see some comeback for this specific token. So basically, we are right here. And this is the crash that happened recently. So I would expect if prices are to bounce back up and there is some fundamental good news, like for example, the whole market is up and there is some advancements in the SEC lawsuit, for example, the price of XRP would definitely go back to the $1 price area. And from a 60 to all the way to $1, this is a very good 40% return. So this is basically a nice trade and for a long-term investment, of course. But zooming in now, and if you're talking about buying today, let's see if this is a good buy. Basically, like contrary to Bitcoin and Ether, where they are both on a downtrend, Ripple was on an uptrend recently, and they managed to break it lower. And let's see if prices can go even lower. They might reach 55 cents again because of this specific price action here. Because if prices continued all the way up, I wouldn't say that prices are going to reach 55 cents, but right here, I saw like a significant price adjustment lower. And I would say, let me look for a support. Like, I think the 60 cents is a very strong support, and I'm gonna say why. Let's say right here. So I would maybe wait a bit to reach this, but 2 cents is fine. You can buy right here and place a stop of around 55 cents. And specifically because prices managed to pick up. This is the first time, this is the second time, this is the third time. And maybe if I even zoom before that, prices also picked up at around 60 cents. So this whole area is a strong buy area for Ripple, XRP specifically, the token. So I would definitely say that this whole area right here, if you want to buy, you can, and I'm gonna delimit this for traders all the way right here. This is a good buy area where prices can definitely shoot all the way back up to 70 cents. Minimum 70 cents, because on the short term right here, prices did reach that area, and this would make you, let's see how much. And this is a nice 16% return, and like this might happen within like less than a month, within 2 weeks. So you might place your buy order right here, and then place your stop loss of around 56 cents, for example, or even 58. It depends on your risk appetite. This like basically changes between. This is very subjective. Each trader has his own risk appetite, and I would definitely say that just do your own analysis, and this is where. This is how successful traders operate anyway. So XRP is entering a buy area. This is like to wrap up for XRP. Let me go to ADA. By the way, we can notice a clear similarity between different crypto assets, where we can see right here how also ADA was on an uptrend and managed to break out of this uptrend, and now we are in this zone. So I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but Ether, Bitcoin, XRP, and now Cardano, they all did this very, very similar price action. And this is like the perfect example to talk about when we talk about Bitcoin's dominance over the market, right? Whenever prices of Bitcoins are up, The price of other cryptos are up as well. And when Bitcoin is falling, everything is falling as well. But also the similarities in the price action is uncanny. Like if we notice right here, that was the same price action of Ripple and Ether that we just saw. And now we are on this in this area. I would definitely place a buy for 1.3 for ADA. Let's be in green so we can just know that this is basically a buy area for ADA. And if you notice right here, this is the first time, the second time it broke, but it consolidated, third, fourth, fifth. So when prices are going to near this 1.3 area, definitely this is a buy, and we place a stop loss of around here. So just to sum up, I'm gonna show a long position of around this area. Now, how to place your risk, your stop loss? I would definitely place it of around 125, which gives me a 3% drawback in my position, but a target of around 1.4, which is now 8%. So basically almost 2.7, the risk reward ratio is 2.7. You can also place it of around 1.45, which gives you a nice, just to place basically 3, that's it. 1.46 or even 45. And this is a very good trade setup for me, honestly. For me and other traders, of course. So definitely for Cardano, I would say it is nearing a buy area again. As soon as prices become very close to 1.3, directly this is a good opportunity to buy on the short term, I'm talking. And hoping that the overall cryptocurrency market is going to be positive for the week. I'm looking at the 4-hour candle chart. If I go back to the 1 day, it's not going to be very significant because I'm placing a short-term trade. This is not very significant for me. But if I zoom into the 2 hours, for example, this would be more interesting. And this is the trade setup that I'm talking about. Great. Let me do one last crypto. Let me do Matic. Matic was making headlines previously when it reached around $2, and even it broke it upwards right here. It reached around, let me check. This is the 2 hours. I'm gonna go to the daily. It reached around 2.8. Fell back to $1. Now for Matic, this is a very strong buy area. Very strong buy area. If you want to buy anything, you must buy Matic. Of course, this is not financial advice. You must buy Matic, but this is not financial advice. Anyway, I would buy Matic. That's better phrasing for it. And I would definitely place a stop of around 0.85, because right here I can see a breakout, a fake out, specifically not a breakout, because it didn't continue lower. And I will place a take profit of around 1.4 or even higher, 1.6, because this is a perfect consolidation. Prices are just getting ready to move higher and hopefully not lower. Mike is asking a question. How do I choose between the 1 hour, 4 hour, and 1 day charts? This is a very good question, man. Basically, you must use all charts, okay? You must use them all in the beginning just to have a quick overview of what's happening to this specific asset. You use the 1 day or even the 1 week just to know the history of past prices. This is number one. Number two, you start to zoom in. So basically, I'm going to give an example for Matic. What I just did is I started with the 1 day just to show the previous highs and the overall price momentum of this crypto. Okay, and then after I do that, I want to know where to place my trade, and this is where I start to zoom in. I go to the 4 hour chart. If I'm trading, if I am a swing trader, which means I open trades for within, and I close them within weeks. The 4 hour chart is basically a good view for me. Okay, and this is where I can see how prices tended to reach the $1 area and then rebound back up. Reach the $1 and rebounds back up, and this is basically from $1 all the way to 1.2. So this is basically a very nice 20% return for Matic. And now we are currently at around this very same zone again. What will we do? Definitely, this is a good buy zone for Matic, and this is why I'm saying that technical traders would definitely buy around this area and then place a stop of around 0.9, for example, 0.98, 0.95, just not to get stopped, but place a take profit of around 1.2. So this is a nice swing area, and that's why I'm looking at the 4 hour chart. But if you even zoom in and take the 2 hours or 1 hour chart, you will not have this trade setup as a swing trader. You will have a setup for a day trader maybe. So each bar of those is basically a 1 hour now. And I can see that as a 1 hour indication. Now my target is a bit different than the 1.2 previously. So I come here and I see that there's a slight uptrend for Matic on the 1 hour chart, but we didn't see that in the 4 hours or the 1 day chart. And basically you would say that now is the perfect time to buy, and you will buy and you would place maybe a stop of around $1 in contrary to before. So getting back to your question, you should always choose all all periods when you look at charts. You start with 1 day, or even 1 week will take you like years before. So you start with the 1 day and then you make your way up all the way to the 2 hours or even the 1 hour. Going even lower than 1 hour, it doesn't make much sense. This is basically for day traders or people who open trades and there's high volatility. I might say yes, okay, you can use the 45 minutes or the 1 minute. But if you look at the 1 minute, for example, you will not see the 1.2 even. You will be stuck at around that. So your targets would be basically 1.03, and your other target would be 1.04, which doesn't make sense if you are a swing trader. And for you, it will not yield you much. So if you want to open trades within hours, you look at the 1 minute, the 15 minutes, the 5 minutes. So for example, this is a different technical analysis for me. If I'm looking like that, I would look like that and I would open directly a trade right here and I would stop it right here. But of course, if you don't have leverage, this is meaningless. I'm not sure if I answered your question, but basically just to sum up, every trader needs to start his analysis with the 1 day chart and then move your way into smaller time frames. So looking at the 1 day, for example, you will not notice much where your take profit would be. But if you zoom into the 4 hours, now I have a better view of, so for example, the 1 minute is right here, and the uptrend channel that I placed doesn't make sense at all for someone who's trading on a bigger time frame. So looking at the 4 hour, it makes more sense that prices are rebounding at this level. And I would directly come here. And place my take profit area around here. So I would place my buy here, all the way here. And this is basically if you want to know how much you are making into that. And this is 13% return. And this might happen if you want to know the time that the timeline of your trade. You can use this other one, date range, in order to see how much it took prices to reach this area before, just as an indication. So some traders might say, how can I know how long my trade would last? So you look right here, for example, it was $1 and it reached this area that I'm talking about the first time. So let's see how long it took for my trade to reach right here. I take the date range from here all the way to here. And that took 3 days. Another one right here. It took around 1 day. And right here, took around 2 days again. So if you want to average them, sorry, if you want to average them out, you might say that now I'm gonna place my buy order right here, and I'm gonna wait for 2 days. If prices don't reach this area, it means that the momentum is slow and it's very weak. You might consider, for example, to change your strategy. This is how it happens, how you can use the date chart, the date, indicator, the date range indicator. And for example, prices on the contrary here, they lost. And again, with 2 days. So 2 days here, 3 days here, 2 days. I would expect the same thing right here for 2 days. The prices within 2 days stay the same right here. This means that this is a consolidation around this area, which makes the movements afterwards way stronger. Okay, I think this is it for today. Let's see in the chat, we have Mike and we have Mario. You guys qualify for the premium Discord channel. So let's see who can win. I'm gonna go and open this thing right here. This is a random raffle. And I'm gonna write both your names, guys, Mike, Mario. And let's pick a winner. Let's see who will win the premium access to the Discord channel. It's Mario. Okay, congrats, Mario. I am going to reach out to me on the Telegram privately, and I'm going to send you the details for your CryptoTicker's premium access. And next time I'm going to do the same. So until next week, so on each live stream, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pick a winner, and we're going to give him like a 1 month free access for our CryptoTicker premium Discord channel, where we basically give out daily trade setups and exits and analysis. And yeah, I wish you guys a great weekend, and see you next week.